tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone.
Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on Sumtv, the pulse of the nation. I am Esther Oka Stephen. On the news this morning, reports of Reverend Eric Gio Thanksgiving service in Jalingo. Crisis looms in Nigeria Police Force as IGP set up disciplinary committee. Syrup sues President Tinubu over 167 billion naira project fraud. Now the news in full. Crisis looms in Nigeria Police Force as IGP set out disciplinary committee. A disciplinary committee has been established by the Inspector General of Police IGP, Kayode Igbetukun, to address the cases of senior police officers who have allegedly refused to proceed on retirement despite reaching the mandatory limit of 60 years of age or 35 years in service. The committee is scheduled to convene at the force headquarters in Abuja from Tuesday to Thursday. Among those summoned by the committee are an Assistant Inspector General AIG, at least 2 commissioners of police CPS, and a senior police lawyer. The IGP's directive mandates the affected officers to appear in clean working dress, with a warning that the daily dress code must be strictly adhered to during their proceedings. The Police Service Commission (PSC) had earlier ordered the immediate retirement of all officers exceeding 35 years in service or above 60 years of age. However, PCS decisions have sparked criticisms, particularly as IGP Igbetukun's tenure was extended by President Bola Tinubu despite reaching the same retirement criteria. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria (NICN) has adjourned further hearings in the case of police officers contesting their retirement to March 18, 2025. The case challenges the PSC's method of calculating service years, with the Officers' Council arguing that the controversial circular used by the PSC's wrongly calculated service tenure. The disciplinary committee assessment of the cases will determine the next course of action, while the NICN's hearing will determine the validity of the officers' claims regarding service tenure calculation. The PSC's directive remains in force pending further legal clarifications. Reverend Eric Gius praises Governor's transformational leadership at Thanksgiving service. Reverend Eric Giu, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Women and Child Development in Taraba State, has expressed his heartfelt gratitude to Governor Abu Kefas for his appointment and leadership. During a Thanksgiving service held at the Victory MBCN Baptist Church in Jalingo, Reverend Giu praised Governor Kefas for bringing light and transformation to his family and the state through his leadership and appointments. The event, which brought together dignitaries, colleagues, family members, and well-wishers, was attended by top government officials, including the Secretary to the State Government, Chief Gabon Timothy Katabs, and Honorable Dr. Tafarki Enemen Agbadu, member representing Kogi constituency. Reverend Gio used the occasion to reaffirm his commitment to the administration's vision for growing and development. He also paid tribute to the late Chief J.J. Katabs, whom he described as a mentor and pillar of encouragement in his life. Sharing his inspiration journey in the civil service, Reverend Gio emphasized the value of hard work and patience, urging young professionals to embrace gradual growth rather than seeking instant leadership positions. He also extended gratitude to his wife, Mrs. Gladys Eric, and the church leaders, community members, and colleagues for their encouragement throughout his career. The Thanksgiving service concluded with songs, praises, and prayers as Reverend Gio's pledged continued service to Taraba State under Governor Kefa's leadership. Sirap sues President Tinubu over 167 billion naira project fraud. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SCRAP) has filed a lawsuit against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, accusing him of failing to order the prosecution of contractor who allegedly collected over 167 billion naira from 31 ministries, departments, and agencies without executing any project. According to Sirap, the Attorney General of the Federation (AGF) and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi SAN is also listed as a respondent in the case. The lawsuit filed at the Federal High Court in Lagos seeks a court order compelling President Tinubu to direct the AGF to prosecute all companies and contractors who receive public funds for projects that were never executed. Additionally, Sirap is seeking an order to instruct the Ministry of Finance to publish the names of all contractors and companies involved in the fraud, as well as disclose details of the project, including their locations, amount received, and shareholders of the companies involved. Sirap urges that the massive corporation scandal undermines public access to essential services such as healthcare, education, and that holding the contractors accountability would curb waste, fraud, and abuse of public funds. The 2021 annual audit report by the Auditor General of the Federation revealed that the 31 MDAs paid 167 billion 592 million and 170,559 naira and 40 kobo to companies for unexecuted projects. The Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC (NBET) alone allegedly paid 100 billion naira to companies for projects that were never completed. The lawsuit is a significant development in the ongoing effort to tackle corruption in Nigeria. Sirap action is seen as a bold step towards ensuring accountability and transparency in the management of public funds. The court is yet to fix a hearing date for the case, but the lawsuit is expected to generate widespread interest and attention in the coming days. Presidency orders cabinet members to launch contracts against northern critics of Tinubu's administration. In a strategic move to counter the growing wave of criticism from opposition figures and political elites in the north, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration has directed its cabinet members to launch a vigorous defense of the government. This development has led to a significant escalation of the rhetorical battle between the Tinubu's administration and its critics in the northern region. According to sources close to the presidency, several high-ranking politics appointees, including ministers and top office holders have been instructed to aggressively counter the negative narrative from the North. This directive is aimed to preventing the opposition's criticisms from gaining momentum, particularly in the run-up to the 2027 election. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, has been at the forefront of these contracts, taking aim at former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi over his perceived reckless and inflammatory remark against the Tinubu's administration. NDLEA foils attempted heroin smuggling, arresting 2 at Lagos Port Harcourt Airport. Operative of the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have successfully thwarted attempts by 2 drug traffickers to smuggle heroin into Nigeria through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos and the Port Harcourt International Airport. The suspects, Onyekwonike Elochichukwu, Sylvanus, and James About Chinoso, were caught at the ingested substance in a desperate bid to evade dictations. However, they were intercepted by NDLEA operatives and placed under excursion observation, leading to the recovery of a combined total of 125 wraps of heroin. According to NDLEA spokesman Femi Babafemi, Sylvanus was apprehended at the Port Harcourt Airport on Sunday, 2nd February 2025, after a body scan confirmed he had injected illicit drugs. In 5 separate excursions, he expelled 62 wraps of heroin weighing 1.348 kilograms. Ex-Army Provost said Nigeria needs 500,000 military personnel to defeat insurgency. A former Provost Marshal of the Nigerian Army, Major General Pat Akem Vinger, retired, has emphasized that the country's military requires at least 5,000 personnel to effectively combat and defeat terror groups like Boko Haram and the Islamic State West African Province (ISWAP). Currently, the Nigerian military has approximately 230,000 personnel according to Global Firepower. Major General Akem Vinger stressed that the lack of sufficient manpower has resulted in the loss of previously gained ground in the Northeast Zone, allowing terrorists to regain control of those areas. The retired general highlighted the importance of capturing and holding ground in insurgency warfare, stating that when you are fighting insurgency, you must capture ground and hold it. It takes troops to do that. He also urged the government to empower the military with the necessary equipment, training, and authority to crush enemies in the state. Furthermore, Major General Akim advised against recognizing the newly formed terror group, Lukurawa, describing them as a small, tiny group seeking attention. He emphasized that giving them attention would only encourage them to carry out more destructive activities. IPOB takes battles against proscription to Supreme Court. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has filed an appeal at the Supreme Court challenging the January 30, 2025 judgment of the Court of Appeal, Abuja, which affirmed its designation as a terrorist group and subsequent proscription by the federal government. In a 5-ground notice of appeal filed on February 7th, IPOB's lawyers Aloy Ejimko, urged that the group's prescription violates constitutional provision, particularly the right to a fair hearing, hence in Section 36 of the Constitution. IPOB contend that the Court of Appeal held in law by upholding an expert order that led to its designation as the terrorist organization without affording it the opportunity to be heard. The group also urges that the proceedings leading to its proscription fail to meet the standard of proof required in criminal cases, as allegations of terrorism require proof beyond reasonable doubt. Furthermore, IPOB claims that the classification as a terrorist group unfairly subjects its members, who are primarily of Igbo ethnic origin, to discrimination contrary to Section 42 of the Constitution. The group's lawyer, Ejimako, stated that the prescription of IPOB will not stand, as it is to proscribe the Igbo people and their cousins in other parts of Nigeria. He emphasized that the nation of 70 million people cannot be terrorists. In a related development, IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu has instructed its legal team to issue a statement clarifying that he does not want anyone to beg for his release, as he has not committed any offense. Kanu emphasized that his detention is unconstitutional and that he is being held unlawfully. The matter is currently before the Supreme Court, and IPOB is seeking a reversal of the Court of Appeal's decision. Rule of Law and Accountability Advocacy Center raises alarm over continued closure of Court of Appeal in Imo State. The Rule of Law and Accountability Advocacy Center (RULAAC) has expressed concern over the prolonged closure of the Court of Appeal, Owerri Division in Imo State since October 2024. According to RULAAC, the closure was reportedly due to threats from one faceless pro-Biafra group, but the group noted that the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) had disowned the threat. RULAAC questioned why the court remains shut despite the disavowal of the threat by IPOB, while other courts in the same vicinity, such as the Federal High Court and the National Industrial Court, continue to function. The group criticized what they described as judicial abdication, urging the judges have a duty to uphold justice even in the face of security challenges. It pointed out that the courts in the northeast, where Boko Haram pose to serious threat, continue to operate. RULAAC called on Southeast governors to assert their authorities and provide a safe environment for judicial and other governmental processes to go on unhindered. The group also emphasized the need for collaboration between judicial authorities and state governments to enhance security measures for court and judicial staffs. The Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) had earlier expressed concern about the disruption of judicial function in the Southeast and urged stakeholders to explore alternatives such as virtual hearing or temporary relocations of court proceedings to ensure that justice is accessible. In Lagos, waste management authorities crack down on cart pushers in Lagos. The Lagos Waste Management Authority has arrested several cart pushers operating in various parts of the state, including Dopemu, Ojudu Bega, Ifako Ijeja, Agege, and others. The arrests were made in response to the report by Punch Healthwise, which highlighted the return of cat pushers to Lagos streets despite a ban imposed by the state government in 2018. According to LAWMA's Managing Director, Muyiwa Gbandesin, the agency has intensified enforcement and cleanup efforts to curb indiscriminate waste disposal and maintain environmental sustainability. Muyiwa warned that anyone caught engaging in cat pushing would face the full wrath of the law, emphasizing that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. The Lagos state government has banned cat pushers and wheelbarrow operators in 2018 to ensure proper solid waste management and prevent indiscriminate waste dumping. From Edo State, in a move that has sparked widespread criticism, Edo State Governor Godwin Okpebholo has dismantled local government autonomy in the state just 100 days into his tenure. This drastic action is seen as a direct challenge to President Bola Tinubu's legacy, who had championed legal government autonomy and secured a significant Supreme Court ruling on the matter. Okpebholo's actions have been described as a brazen disregard for the rule of law and democratic ideal. He allegedly employed thugs backed by the police to seize control of local government secretariats and bribe councillors to stage impeachment of duly elected chairmen. This has led to the paralysis of local government operations, leaving citizens without essential services. Critics argue that Okpebholo's actions are a direct affront to President Tinubu's legacy, which had secured a historic reign for local democracy. Going to Plateau State, the Nigerian police force has arrested a reverend father and several other suspects for allegedly supplying guns and firearms to bandits, armed robbers, and other criminals in Plateau State, Kaduna State, and part of Nasarawa State. The suspects were members of the gun-running syndicate in Plateau State and were arrested by the Intelligence Response Team (IRT) in Jos. The operation led to the recovery of some arms and as well as the rescue of many kidnapped victims. The arrested suspects include Joseph Tata, 33 alias Mauzu, from Zumu Village, Mikang Local Government, Plateau State; Victor Alipam, 33 years old; Abua Yusuf, Bako Isa, and Salamatu Iliya, 34-year-old female suspect residing in Jos. Additionally, Musa Arif from Tambagil, Kaduna State, and Bitrus Tom from Vom, Plateau State, were also arrested. The police recovered a total of 172 firearms of various types, 3,174 rounds of ammunition of different calibers, and 115 stolen vehicles. Furthermore, 387 kidnapping victims were rescued during the operation. The police are still investigating the matter, and the suspects will be charged accordingly. The arrest of the Reverend Father and the other suspects has sent shocking waves through the community, and the police are working to ensure that those responsible for the illicit gun-running activities are brought to justice. Report from Jigawa has it that the Minister of Defense, Mahmoud Mohammed Badura Abubakar, led a delegation on Jigawa State APC stakeholders and government officials to the wedding fatia of Aisha Idris Garuba, daughter of the former Speaker of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, Idris Garuba, on Saturday. The ceremony held at Dahun Central Mosque was attended by prominent figures including the Deputy Governor, Engineer Aminu Usman Gomel, who represented Governor Umar A. Nnamdi, FAC. Other notable attendees include the Secretary to the State Government, Malam Bala Ibrahim, and member of the National and State Assemblies. JAMB cracks down on CBT centers over late-night registrations, raises alarm on under 16 candidates. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has issued a stern warning to 10 computer-based test CBT centers across the country for conducting late-night registration for candidates participating in the ongoing 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME). In a statement released on Sunday, JAMB's public communication advisor Dr. Fabian Benjamin emphasized that while the board appreciates the center's efforts to accommodate more candidates, such action should not compromise the safe and security of prospective candidates. The affected CBT centers have been identified, and JAMB has cautioned them to immediately stop late-night registration. The board has also reiterated its zero-tolerance policy on any infraction concerning the UTME registration process. Additionally, JAMB has expressed concern over the surge in under 16 candidate registration for the UTME through the exceptional brilliant window, which permits candidates under 16 to sit for the examination if they meet academic criteria. The board has warned parents against exaggerating their children's academic capabilities, emphasizing that this could undermine the purpose of the exceptional policies. JAMB has also disclosed ongoing efforts to curb admission-related malpractice, revealing that the senior university staff is being prosecuted for admission-related crime, with 4 others under investigations. Going to Abia State. Abia State has inaugurated a committee for the Niger Delta Sport Festival (NDSF) aimed at identifying, nurturing, and promoting talent athletes within the Niger Delta region. The committee, chaired by Onyebuchi Chukwu, Special Advisor to the Governor on Youth, was inaugurated on Friday, February 7th at the office of the Commissioner for Sport and Youth Development, Nwabifo Nwadima, in Umuahia, Abia State. The committee's primary objective is to focus on grassroots sport development, particularly for athletes aged 25 and below, with special consideration for para-athletes. The initiatives highlight the significance of grassroots support development, especially given Nigerians' declined performance in internal competition. Fred Edore, General Coordinator of Dunamis Icon, emphasized the importance of grassroots sports in reversing Nigerians' declining sports performance on the global stage. The Honorable Commissioner for Sport and Youth Development, Nwabinfo Nwadima, commended the initiatives and reaffirmed Abia State's commitment to talent discovery, development, and mentorship. The NDSF committee is expected to drive sport development initiatives that will foster youth empowerment and solidify Abia State's reputation as a rising force in Nigerian sports. Report on the proposal to create 31 new states which has sparked debate in Nigeria. A proposal by the House of Representatives Constitution Review Committee to create 31 additional states in Nigeria has generated intense debate across the country. The proposed states include Okun, Okura, and Conference states from Kogi, Benue Ala and Apa states from Benue, and FCT states among others. However, major cultural groups including Afenifere and the Arewa Consultative Forum (ACF) have rejected the proposal, describing it as ridiculous and unnecessary. The National Organization Secretary of Afenifere, Agbengu Omololu, stated that the creation of more states without addressing the core structural issues plaguing Nigeria will further weaken governance and deepens economic efficiencies. On the other hand, the Apex Igbo Social-Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, declared that the Southeast should be allocated more states to address the of state creation. The proposal has also raised concern about the viability of the new states, with many questioning whether the country can cope with the additional administrative units. The debate highlights the complexities of Nigeria's federal structure and the need for more equitable distribution of power and resources. In a related development, a leadership crisis in Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, has 3 individuals claimed to be the authentic President General. This includes Senator John Azuta Mbata, Barrister Uchenna Okuko, and Dr. Jackson Omenazo, each claiming legitimacy. The crisis stemmed from the organization's rotational leadership policy among Igbo-speaking states. The Igbo Mandate Congress and Socio, Cultural and Religious Pressure Group has called for the reversal of Senator Mbata's election, alleging that was a selection process by Southeast governor rather than a proper election. Labour Party suspends Rivers State caretaker Chairman Hilda Dokumbo. The Rivers State chapter of the Labour Party has suspended its caretaker Chairman Hilda Dokumbo indefinitely due to allegations of gross misconduct, extortion, and negligence. The suspension was initiated by Ward 3 of the Aseri Toru Local Government Area (ASALGA) and was jointly signed by 4 officials. Among the allegations raised against Dokumbo were the unlawful inflation of fees for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission screening and nominations form during recent local government elections. The Labour Party has been urged to investigate Dokumbo's conduct immediately. Dokumbo's suspension has sparked concern about the leadership and integrity of the Labour Party in Rivers State. Report from Niger State said a tragic incident occurred in Kantagora town, Niger State on Saturday, February 8, 2025, when Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP Safiu Usman Bawa took his own life. According to the police signal, Bawa hung himself from the ceiling. The deceased father, Usman Bawa, reported the incident to the police authority. The lifeless body was taken to the General Hospital Katangura, where a medical doctor confirmed the officer's death. The corpse was released to the family for burial according to Islamic rite. The police spokesman, Superintendent Wasiu Abiodun, confirmed receiving the report and stated that the full-scale investigation has commenced into the case and the cause of the incident. Further development will be communicated in due courses. This incident highlights the growing concern of mental health issues and suicide among law enforcement officers. Research has shown that police officers face a higher risk of dying by suicide compared to the general population. The Nigerian police has been urged to prioritize the mental health and well-being of its officers to prevent such tragic incidents. From Oyo State, Farm Connect warns prospective buyers against purchasing Ibadan property under litigations. Farm Noted Agribusiness PLC has issued a warning to prospective buyers regarding its property located at Bode Wasimi opposite Basorun High School in Ibadan. The property is currently under litigations in court, with an ongoing appeal registered as CA AC 1523. According to the company Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Oluwale Aziz Saheed, Agribusiness PLC is involved in an unresolved legal dispute with the commercial bank over financial issues related to loan servicing. The company has expressed frustration over the lack of progress and repayment negotiation with the bank. Prospective buyers are advised to exercise caution and seek legal counsel before proceeding with any transaction related to the property. We'll go for a break. We'll be right back. Please don't
Suddenly,
go away.
Unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? View from impending fire. You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised.
It begins at 2 p.m. Don't forget, admission is free.
Featuring insightful session on crop farming, agro-processing, value chain development, animal farming, and dry season farming.
With top facilitators including Dr. Hope Dauda Gaina, Mr. Godfrey Tafida, Honorable Zeno Hassan Meikaswa, Chief Gabriel Olayinka, and Mr. Waziri Aaron Anthony.
Don't miss this opportunity to unlock economic growth. See you there. Are you ready?
Convert 1,591 ad hoc workers to permanent staff. In a move aimed at strengthening the local government workforce, the Oyo State government has converted 1,591 ad hoc workers into permanent staff. This development is in fulfillment of Governor Sheyi Makinde's promise to bridge the gap in the workforce at the local government level. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Ademola Ojo, confirmed that the workers were issued appointment letters over the weekend. The Commissioner emphasized that due process was followed in the employment process, which include administrative officers, agricultural officers, data processing officers, and environmental health officers, among others. This move is expected to bring stability and continuity to the local government workforce, enabling them to better serve the community. The Oyo State government's decisions demonstrate its commitment to investing in its human resources and enhance the overall efficiency in its local government council. We've come to the end of this hour broadcast. Sumtv is a 24-hour TV station. You can follow us on Facebook at Sumtv and on YouTube at Super Media TV. My name is Esther Oka Steven. Thanks for watching.